Namaste everybody, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching or listening to this. So, back to where we were in March, another lockdown. Obviously it's all really different since the last time. Last time we sort of had sunny days in the spring to look forward to. This time, who knows, a lockdown Christmas. Yeah, I don't want to think about it. What I want to do again is aiming to do a daily video between 10-15 minutes, and I'm also going to try and plan some longer classes, whether they be on Zoom. I avoided Zoom last time, but I've had a few people saying that that they would like a live class, so yeah, I need to get my technology up to speed on that and see what we can do. But for the most part, my aim is to do what I did last time and just try and introduce a little bit of perspective, a bit of grounding, which is what I'm going to be working on today, and yeah, just bring us all together with a bit of yoga. I really actually enjoyed it last time, and I missed, even though you're not here, I don't know if anyone is here, I don't know if anyone's going to be listening, obviously this isn't live at the moment, but I did miss that sort of connection that you can make online. So yeah, so I'm all set to start again. Obviously I'm recording this in the morning. I'm aiming to get this out by lunchtime. Whether I do two, so we've got one. I know some people like to have them in the early morning, but then if I try and do some lives, who knows? Anyway, I'm sort of feeling my way as I go along. As you will see, we're in a slightly different venue. The room I used last time is Tom's old bedroom, which we've been doing some sorting around, and it basically has got stuff everywhere. So I'm going to be here for the time being. Obviously there's lots of clutter around. My new exercise ball, I shall tell you all about that in another video. But yes, so there's lots to tell you about, even though not a lot has happened. I'm feeling a lot better today. I had the most horrific night's sleep the night before last, all sorts of things. Not helped by the American election, so I didn't record this yesterday as I planned, so I'm doing it this morning feeling much better. I had a lovely night's sleep last night. So yeah, so let's get started with me introducing what I'm actually going to be doing now. And with the situation as things are at the moment, where there is still this underlying stress that we all have. Underlying stress, obviously we're not allowed or able to go out as much as we were, but even when lockdown finished, the idea of going out and the stress, and why has that person not got a mask, why is that person's mask below their nose, what's happening, huge outbreak in what, and it's just all the time that underlying stress that's there. And I think what we try to do certainly with yoga practice, is to try and find that space within us, the way of keeping ourselves grounded, even though you can't do it all the time. At least if you can find a way, just for 5 minutes, just for 5 seconds, to actually bring yourself away from that stress and yeah, bring yourself back to where you feel happier and safer. So I think at the moment a safe space is your yoga mat, and the safe space is that which you create within you. If my children are listening, they'll probably be laughing at this, although actually my daughter and I did practice yoga during lockdown, so I would say that was one of the really positive things that has come out of it. And she's even sent me a couple of little things from her, she's back at uni now, from her uni room of her doing yoga, so I feel really happy about that. So starting today then, I'll just time on this, just 10 to 15 minutes, simple grounding, nothing strenuous, nothing for people who aren't beginners that won't be able to do. The first thing I think is always come back in yoga is to the breath, pranayama as it's called, the idea of having that breath, the way of controlling our fight and flight, the sympathetic nervous system moving to the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the thing that calms us down. So I shall stop the wittering now, and we will just get into our 10 to 15 minute morning, afternoon, evening grounding practice. So if you can all start in a comfortable seated position, you may not be able to be cross-legged, it's fine to have your legs out in front of you, whatever you find comfortable. The thing is actually try and get a nice tall spine. Again, when we're cold, when we're stressed, everything, we hunch our spine up. So let's just find that length in the spine, as I said, whichever way you find comfortable to be seated upright. Just close your eyes, place your hands on your knees, either if your legs are in front or if you're in a cross-legged position like me, just place them on your knees. And just take 2 or 3 just regular breaths, nothing special, no special yoga technique. Just breathe for a minute. Of course, I didn't mean a minute, but I just meant, 2 or 3 breaths. Now on the next breath, when you inhale, I want you to visualize that breath coming all the way from the base of the spine where you're rooted. So feel that position where you're rooted down into the ground, into your mat, and feel that breath coming all the way up your spine until it reaches your head. Just feel that idea of a lovely, clear, fresh breath, just bringing that calm into your mind, and then release, and the breath goes all the way down to the base of the spine. Visualizations are lovely techniques of really centering and bringing yourself back to who you are, to your center. So we'll try that 2 more times. So inhaling, maybe holding that breath a little bit there as it reaches your head, your brain, and then releasing. And then 1 more. And then exhaling out. A nice practice also, maybe you could even visualise that breath being the light that travels all the way up your spine. Okay, we're now going to move into another grounding position, which is child. Those of you that have been following me on my Yoga Vision Instagram will see that I have been posting my little time lapses, and I'm actually time lapsing this on my phone over the summer, and I've been starting, normally these little practices are done in the morning, so I start rather in Shavasana, in corpse pose, which is, lying more relaxing, more of an evening practice. Starting in child, I find, is, even though it's a relaxing pose, it almost sort of sets you up for the day by finding that lovely length in the spine. But again, we are grounded. So if you could come into child, again, the version you prefer. I like a more of a wide-kneed child. Your head is on your yoga mat, tailbone moving down towards your feet. Bring your arms in front of you if they're not already. Spread your palms. And again, grounding, points of contact. Feel the palms grounding into the mat. The forehead resting and grounded. The knees and the tops of the feet. Just take a moment to feel this. We're just doing regular breathing here. And then on the inhale, let's bring ourselves up into tabletop position. Again, feel that connection. Claw through your fingers. Feel your connection with your mat, your feet, flat part of the feet, tops of the feet on the mat. And then we're going to do 3 rounds of cat and cow. So ready on the inhale. Forehead comes forward, tailbone up, and then exhale. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last one. Inhale up. And then exhale down. back to tabletop. Let's start stretching the body a little bit more now. So you're going to take your right toes back onto the mat and gently just rock backwards and forwards, so you're stretching through toes, calf muscles, knee, thigh, quadriceps, just gently rocking backwards and forwards. And then let's lift that leg off the mat and just hold it here. And then bring the knee in towards your nose, just one squeeze here, and then we release down. Same on the other side, left foot, and just gently rock backwards and forwards. Again, just feeling that connection, the grounding with your mat, your fingers, your toes, as you rock yourself backwards and forwards. And then let's lift the left leg, big stretch through, try and keep the connection, the fingers, arms as straight as possible. You can have a micro bend in and that's fine. And then slowly we bring that knee in towards your nose. And then back to centre. Now let's try a little bit of swaying. So in your tabletop position, just gently sway the body from side to side. And then we might want to do some circles. Hear my creaky knees and creaky wrists. So I'm going anti-clockwise first. It doesn't matter which way you go, but whichever way you went the first way around, let's just do 2 or 3 circles in the opposite direction. And then we're back to tabletop position. So what we're going to gently do now is to bring ourselves upright, and then we're going to do a very simplified version of the sun salutation. The sun was out earlier, but it's gone now. It was a lovely misty start to the morning. So let's begin this small flow by bringing our right foot forward. Again, you'll see me doing this. This is my sort of morning wake up, this particular flow, which really does set you up for the day. So that right foot is grounded. Again, we're feeling that pushing into the earth. And we're going to inhale up, and as you inhale up, if you can only get to here, that's fine, so palms together in prayer, Anjali Mudra, or if you want to bring the arms all the way up, and we're keeping the gaze forward. You're pushing down with your right foot, the hands are released, so from grounding we're releasing the arms, the fingers into the air. Let's wiggle the fingers, making sure that our shoulders aren't hunched up over our ear. We've got a nice bit of space in the neck. Keeping the gaze forward. And now we're going to do a gentle twist. So bring the palms together at the heart. Inhale. Exhale to take your left arm, elbow onto your right knee. Now stay here if you just want to remain in a less extended position, but if you want to take the stretch deeper, take your left hand beside your right foot and then extend your right arm up. You can look up towards your hand or keep looking more or less down towards the mat, depending on how your neck is. And then coming back to framing your foot. And then we're just going to gently rock backwards and forwards, keeping your foot grounded. As we go through this first week, I'm going to build on this grounding sequence. So week 1 of Lockdown Low Yoga 2.0 is going to be grounding. So we're coming back, and now we're going to swap legs, and we're going to do the same on the other side. So let's take our left foot forward. Again, making sure we're feeling that connection with the earth. Spreading the toes. And then let's inhale either to here, or if you want to take the arms all the way up. Again, finding space, the air above us, Again, yoga is very much about being aware of where our body is, the shapes that we make, the shapes we make on the mat, and our position within space. Hold this for one more breath. Bring the palms together. Inhale. Exhale to take your right elbow onto your left knee, looking over your shoulder. Again, stay here, or if you want to have a deeper stretch in the arms and shoulders, we're going to take our right arm down this time and then bring the left hand up, palm facing away from you. Again, keeping that connection with those left toes, pushing down into your mat. And then we come back. And then repeat as we did on the right side, just rocking gently backwards and forwards. And then this time we're going to get ready to come up into a standing position. So if you are able to tuck that back right toe under and then gently swing your leg in so we're dangling forward. We're not going to come fully up to begin with. Let's just take a little dangle here. Clasp the elbows. Rock from side to side. And then gently let's come all the way up. And then bring the palms together. So we're ready to do a very short version of the sun salutation. I'll talk modifications for those of you who may have had a break and don't want such a strong practice and maybe are a little bit worried about your wrists. So, feet slightly apart, toes are spread. Tadasana, mountain pose. Again, a really lovely grounding pose. We'll be working through this with the grounding sequence and also then introducing tree pose as well, which again is both grounding and uplifting. So toes are spread and really feel your rooting down into the earth. And let's just gently tilt the pelvis in so we've got a nice straight spine. Our palms are facing forward, head is facing forward. And just appreciate this really simple way of standing, but it is conscious standing. So again, as I said, when you're tight and anxious, you might stand hunched up and your shoulders are tight. In Tadasana, we're bringing the shoulders back, the palms are forward, the head is tall on the neck. So we're now going to inhale the arms all the way up really slowly and exhale back to Anjali Mudra, thumbs at heart center. Then we inhale again. Exhale to bring the arms all the way out to the side. Bend our knees and then we take our palms down to the mat. We're going to take our right toe back, untuck the toe and look forward. Now for those of you who are conscious of your wrists, you'll want to come just into a tabletop position. But if you're feeling stronger, then we push up and we come in to plank. Holding for 1, 2, 3, or tabletop for 3. Now let's take the knees down to the mat, and then everyone's in tabletop position now, so we just push the bottom back as we then come forward, sliding the body out. So we're either in Sphinx, where you're keeping your elbows down on the mat, or coming up a little higher into Cobra. If you're being kind to yourself, you're just going to come back onto all fours, into tabletop position, or up into downward dog. And let's just hold it here. If you want to do a little walk through, just to stretch the calf and hamstring muscles. And then we're going to come forward. Those of you that can sweep that right foot forward do. I normally drop my left knee, right foot forward, followed by left, and then inhaling all the way back up to centre. Let's inhale up and exhale down. Left leg back. knee down, looking forward. Pushing back either into tabletop or into plank. Hold 1, 2 and 3. Knees down. So we roll back, coming forward, sliding the body out. Sphinx, Cobra, tuck toes under, either come up into all fours or back into downward dog. And again, if you want to have the knees bent here, that's fine. You actually get a better stretch through from the shoulders if your hamstrings are tight. Let's just walk, feet through, and then I'm going to bring my left foot forward, so dropping that right knee, left foot coming forward, followed by right. Let's inhale all the way back to Tadasana. So let's just move, as I say, we're going to move towards tree. So let's just, we'll start today before we finally get back down on the mat and finish today's practice. So back to Tadasana, palms are facing forward, and we'll start with one-legged Tadasana. So this is about balance. Find a focal point to look at, keep the palms facing forward, and let's just take a little balance on our left foot. As I always say, balances are good and meditative postures, so when you're concentrating on balancing, you're not really thinking about anything else. Right, I'm going to release that right foot down, and then we're going to do the same, lifting our left and keeping the gaze forward. Balance is also good when you become an ancient old croc like me. All these important things just to keep yourself in the best condition you can. Balancing is a really good practice, as I've said before. If we're allowed to, well actually yes we are allowed to the supermarket, but you can practice it in the checkout. Luckily you'll be a nice distance away from people so they won't think you look idiotic. Anyway, one more breath here. And then bring the foot down, give everything a little bit of a shake, and we're going to finish sitting down with a couple of simple side stretches and twists. So come back to where we started in your either cross-legged position or legs out to the side. Spine is tall, so we're going to start with a twist. So you're going to take your right hand, put it on your left knee, left hand behind. We're all looking forward, our spines are lovely and tall, we're still grounded. Feel the grounding from the base of the spine down to the coccyx, sit bones, that left hand, and then inhale, exhale to twist. We're looking over our left shoulder. Inhale back, and let's gently swap round to the other side. So again, making the connection with the earth at all points. Inhale, exhale to look over the right shoulder. Inhale back. Next we're going to take a forward bend, so just take those legs a reasonable distance apart, and then we're going to inhale the arms up. Again, as we did when we were standing, we're feeling the space above us, but we're still rooted down, this time from the sit bones, not from the feet. And then just exhale and just ragdoll yourself forward. Now, as I said before, if we were ballet dancers or gymnasts, we would be able to lay our bodies on the floor, but that doesn't matter. If you find it's more comfortable, you can actually put a little micro bend in your knees. You'll be able to get a bit further forward. These postures become easier the later in the day you do them. And then slowly peel the spine up. We're going to take the hands behind us. We're going to push the chest out. Bring the shoulder blades together so we're just arching the back in the opposite direction. And then we're back to centre. And then the final seated posture we're going to do is a side stretch. So let's keep the legs where they are. And you're going to put your left hand down on the mat. We're going to inhale the right arm up. And again, finding the connection, the space from the right hip down into the ground and the right hand in the air. Inhale, and then just exhale and gently take yourself over to the side. Inhale back, release the arm, left inhale up, exhale to the right side. Inhale up, back to centre, bring the knees in, give everything a rub, a shake and rub, shake and back, and we're ready now just to finish on our backs. We'll just do one more posture before finishing with 3 more lovely breaths. So when you're ready, come back and then just bring your knees up towards your chest, give the spine a nice roll from side to side, and then starting to develop a little bit of core strength as well. We're still grounded, but I just want you to keep hold of your right knee, hands are clasping around the right knee, and inhale, and then the exhale you're going to take your left leg out. We're just hovering it there. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. If that is too much, you can always just rest the heel on the mat and pull in from the right knee. Let's swap sides. So you're now holding your left knee, and inhale, and then exhale your right leg out, holding for 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Take your right foot down flat on the mat, left foot down flat on the mat. Let's bring the feet in towards your bottom, palms are facing up. Debbie's favourite pose, reclined twist. Inhale, exhale, legs to the right, head to the left. Hold 1, 2, 3. Inhale back, same to the other side. Legs to the left, head to the right. 2, 3. Bring those knees up, and then our legs go out in front of us. Turn your palms up. Now we're going to take our right palm and place it on the bottom of our belly, our stomach, and then left in the middle of our chest, our heart centre. And again, feel that connection. We're going to finish with 3 more lovely breaths. And this time you're feeling the breath as it travels from your right hand to your left, filling the whole of the front of the body. So here we go. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Just take a pause, then bring the palms together. Bring them all the way up to the space between your eyebrows, third eye chakra. Thank you for joining me for day 1 of lockdown yoga, and I hope to see you all again tomorrow on the mat. I'll keep you posted. I'm going to try and be a little bit more proactive on my social media with different updates, so I will say watch this space and see you all soon.